Hi everyone, it's Adrienne Leah. This is another mini car reading. Oh, I am I'm looking at the cards. I didn't have to pull out as much as I did, but I was just curious, and I do love pulling the cards. This seems more of a straightforward reading, and I feel like it's an energy of a lot of harmony, because you have the Three of Cups with the Three of Pentacles, and it gives energy of people on your side and wanting to work together, and even having maybe the same idea, the same motivation, or outlook of something that really motivates them to try to accomplish the same mission that you want to accomplish. For some, it might be a surprise, maybe how much in common you might have. It could be with, since it's collaborating, it could just be with one other person, it could be a group of people, but there is that energy of commonality there. For some, it might surprise you, as I said, because this could be an energy of, or a situation where, in like a workplace, like when I was in the last pharmacy, because I could go back there and work here and there, but it's so far, but that it's not that feasible at the moment because I'm moving my storage unit. But they did and still do accommodate me in that way, which I appreciate. But when I first started working there, it was exciting and really getting further into, I guess, the hallway, because I already had my foot into the door working in pharmacy, and now I got to learn more things, specifically compounding, non-sterile compounding. And as time progressed, the more responsibilities I had, the more I worked on my own, and it was difficult, and I wouldn't trade it for anything because it taught me so much. It gave me like the biggest backbone that I didn't think I had before, because I feel like I do have a soft personality. I feel like I have a general soft personality, and it didn't take that away, but it definitely made it easier to work in certain environments, because the owner, she didn't teach me all the time because there were other technicians that were training, but she like kind of ripped me a new asshole like every couple of weeks, or like so often, and it became less and less, just to make sure that I knew that I needed to do this. There wasn't any excuses. People needed their medication, and I needed to do it in an efficient, diligent, and correct way. There were some times where, and she does this with everybody, like if something happens, she takes you off the job. She's like, you're not doing this job, you're not doing it right, so go ahead and do something else, do this instead, and I will have somebody else do the job that I gave you. So it, from towards the end, it was nice because I was then the one doing the teaching and training, and it was an amazing thing to get to that point. And I'll definitely make a visit there. Maybe I might pop in and work a little bit, since again they're accommodating me in that way, since I'm in the process of making a move, moving. And so it kind of like goes to show that people do have your back. And there were a lot of things that she did that she didn't have to, but she protected the ones that, you know, were, that she knew like worked in a way where, was it, that she knew that she could trust. And then you also have the Tower card with the King of Wands. And since the Tower card seems to kind of be going all over the place, it kind of feels like energy that doesn't know where to go, especially if something like the Tower happens and you're left with, you don't know, you have to find out what you're left with and then see if you could work with it or see if you could start over. Or maybe things like were catastrophic like that because it pushed you to go in a different direction. And I would say too that with opposites, because there's the King of Wands and then there's also the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups has been coming out a lot. The King of Wands has been coming out frequently too. I feel like with the King of Wands, there is, the person doesn't need to be outgoing necessarily, but it feels like the King of Wands is more wanting to go out of their way or wanting to get to know the Queen of Cups. It's not like the Queen of Cups doesn't want to get to know the King of Wands, but there is that, it's a little closed off with the Queen of Cups, and I don't think it's necessarily in trying to hurt the King of Wands, but it feels like there's just that attentiveness and reservation there. But I feel like gradually there are certain ways to get to know somebody and for their personality to, or for a person to be more comfortable to be for the feelings or the want to get to know the other person and reach out to them like the King of Wands is. I hope that came out okay. And as I was saying with like maybe soft personalities, again, it's not a bad thing, and I feel like a lot of times that type of personality it's seen as a bad thing or gets trampled on. And I feel like there's just such a presence to need to have gentleness in a harsh world, because you don't need to necessarily make somebody into something that they're not, or to keep like agitating or poking like an animal and then get surprised when the animal like snaps back in a way. Because with the softness, it's like making the world less cold and heartless. And I'm not saying other types of personalities don't do that, but I feel like there is like a place for everybody. you also have the Four of Wands too. And it does feel like it's coming together and being able to work harmoniously. And with the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, there's a lot of, the word that was actually coming out is transparency. There could be a level of respect there too, where there isn't as much of like a wall, and a wall being another personality that's not that person's personality, showing another person or like people you're who you are, and there's just kind of a respect for that. It's either like you're compatible with it, or you're indifferent about it, or you're completely happy and compatible. And you might be happy and not compatible. That's okay too. But there's like a sense of like transparency, and there isn't like fakeness to this. It also feels like I was going to say something else, and it was a discussion about that I thought about earlier too, but I feel that they come and go and they come back. So I think that there's energy of getting to know a person or gauging the situation, and then it's taking more time, but I feel like it's not a bad thing. And there could be an acceptance, maybe with a person or a job or an opportunity, maybe a house, maybe a move, if you're trying to get a car. So I think I'll leave it here, and then I'm sure other discussions and what I was thinking about will come up in another reading. All right, I'll see you. Bye.